So today I want to talk about if you want people to follow you, you have to be the proof yourself, right? So the last few months I did a lot of research and I did a lot of growing as a person because my dream life and like what I want to get to in life, I have to be a certain kind of person. I understand that. So I am now 100% willing to do what I need to do, right? The people asked me, right? It was like, you need to let loose some. Like, they're like, do you go to the club? I'm like, no. I'm like, what's for me at the club if that's not my goal? Let's interfere with my goals for my life. They'd be like, well, you need to let loose. You need to go to the club or you need to start hanging out every weekend. I'm like, that stuff is not for me. It's not helping me get to where I want to get to. So why would I do that, right? Because I personally do a lot of research, right? So part of what I'm doing in life, you gotta have good leadership, right? You gotta be a good role model and stuff. And a part of having good leadership role model is like when you live that lifestyle yourself that you try to tell other people to live, right? You have to be proof for it. So when I did research on people like in my chosen fields that I look up to, who I feel like I can't be like, you can't be like nobody, but who I got, like who I could resemble in a way, who I can understand, who lifestyle fits like where I'm trying to get to. I'm like, okay, what makes this person them? Like, what made people like them? What made people want to be around them, right? So me personally, like my natural gifts is I'm very energetic. I'm highly motivated. Great personality, talk a lot and stuff. So I'm like, okay, let me find people who's also highly energetic, right? Who's also very outgoing, because that's me, right? Because it's like what worked for somebody else might not always work for me. So you got to find people who you can resemble in a way because their personality traits fits you, or like where they go about life fits the way you go about life, right? So one thing I noticed about a lot of leaders and role models, regardless of being introverted, extroverted, very talkative, not very talkative, highly energetic, not so energetic, they lead by example. You know what I'm saying? They lead by example. Because think about it. If say you as a parent, right? And your kid get into sports and you're a parent, or your kid got a teacher and you're a parent, right? Say you follow this teacher on social media or this parent on social media, and they go on social media, they post about hating women, they post about hating men, they post about a whole bunch of cuss words, and they post about a whole bunch of stuff they shouldn't be posting about, right? And they post about degrading people and stuff. You wouldn't trust your kid. Excuse me. You wouldn't trust that coaching your kid because you don't think that coach is a good role model leader, because good role model leader, right? They lead by example all areas of their life, through social media, through their downtime, when they're around children, when they with their significant other, when they're around friends, family, anybody, right? They got to always be a good role model, always show good leadership at all times. So you'll think to yourself, like, you can't tell my kid to keep composure, right? You can't tell my kid to keep a great attitude, keep a good mindset, when you yourself as a coach cannot. You'll look at that coach crazy, but like, how are you preaching to this to the kids, but you'll live that yourself? You know what I'm saying? You gonna want that coach to coach your children. And one thing I do know, since I've been dealing with coaches and stuff, is that the coach that parents do love is a coach that show good leadership, that is a great role model, that live their life by example. You get what I'm saying? Like, seriously though, like one thing stuck with me is that because my teammates in the past, some coaches we had, these are clown a coach for the coach being out of shape and stuff. When the coach tell them do something, they be like, I bet coach can't do 5 pull-ups. I bet coach can't do 5 push-ups. I bet coach can't do 5 sit. They used to place bets. They be like, I bet coach can't run them out. Like some of my past teammates, they were clowning coaches for being out of shape. So one thing they taught me is, like, as a coach, I want to stay in shape, because if I'm gonna tell my athletes do this, right, and I can't even do it myself, they gonna look at me like, I know part of their head gonna be like, how you gonna tell me to do this? He can't even do it himself. I'm not saying I gotta be the most in shape person as a coach, but you can't just let yourself go entirely, because every sports team I've been on, we had an out of shape coach. The athletes always clown that coach, right? Another thing, right? I seen people try to give other people relationship advice, and this person had 17 failed marriages, 55 failed relationships. They're looking at him, him or her like, I know you not talking. Like, you haven't had a successful relationship in ages. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you want advice from someone, you gonna get advice from someone who are living proof, who is living proof. You ain't gonna go to someone who in a worse situation than you, because you gonna feel like, what can I possibly learn from this person? They don't got it together. When you look for a personal trainer, you gonna go find a personal trainer that's in shape. You ain't gonna go find no obese personal trainer. I'm just keeping it real. Like, I'm not degrading nobody, right? But for me personally, right, I think it'd be a great look for me is that, okay, you know, I want to be a head coach one day. I want to be an athletic director one day. I want to become a teacher soon and stuff. So I want to be a great leader. I want to be a great role model. So I got to take control of all areas of my life so that what I'm telling somebody else to do, you know, I can do it myself. And I want to win the other way. Because as a leader, as a role model, you want to be well-rounded. You have to be well-rounded. You want to be the best leader, best role model as possible, because the ones like that seems to want to that do the most influence. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine someone try to tell you go to class, take your schoolwork serious. When they about to fill out, when they getting kicked out of school today because they grades bad, you go look at them like, bro, you go to class. You gonna be like, it's something like you gonna be like, your grade's not good. How you gonna tell me someone that can't stay out of trouble gonna tell you to stay out of trouble? You gonna be like, bro, you need to stay out of trouble yourself. Seriously though. Like, you look at it like, so why you always in trouble? Because there been times when people try to hit me with a take your own advice. I'm like, I do take my own advice, and I'm not in your situation. Like, what? So just imagine that, right? Someone can't ever tell you to take your own advice when you do take your own advice. You are living proof of what you say. For example, I'm a big advocate for waking up early in the morning and being productive, right? So I woke up early today and hopped straight on my YouTube videos as I'm walking to get my steps in. Like, what? So, you know, I go post on social media like, y'all wake up, be productive. Can't no one say, oh, you go do it yourself. I wake up, I be productive. I wake up, I'm going for walks, record my YouTube videos, I'm going for jogs, I'm in the gym, go to church on Sundays. Like, what, bro? Like, because I know it all starts with little things, right? You fix the little things in your life, it leads to the bigger things being better, right? You can't work on the big things, but you can't even fix the small things, because sometimes by fixing the small things, the big picture will be put together, right? Because think about a puzzle, right? A Lego set. A piece of Lego by a piece of Lego by a piece of Lego, right? You put a piece of Legos together, you have the bigger picture. So sometimes that's what the bigger picture is. Put all the small pieces together so you can't look at the bigger picture. Same thing with a puzzle. You put all the small puzzle pieces together, you have the big picture. So if you want to be a great leader, great role model, or you want to be someone that people look up to, you have to lead by example so people want to follow you. If people don't want to follow you, if you don't got your own life together. Because how can you possibly tell somebody else to get their life together when yours not together? So you have to be well-rounded. It takes time. Yes, it does take time, but you have to start somewhere. So you need to acknowledge that you do need to start somewhere and start putting in the effort to become well-rounded. Seriously though. You think just go wake up tomorrow and be well-rounded? Like, no, you have to work for it. You have to understand the areas that you are lacking in. Okay, like for example, you're going to be someone that you're going to be around people all the time. Let me work on my appearance first. Let me take care of my appearance. So, okay, should I invest in a skincare routine? Should I get my teeth fixed? Should I hit the gym? Should I change my appearance, like the clothes I wear? You get what I'm saying? Like, have a good image. Because sometimes people first impression is like your image, like what you wearing, your smile, your energy, how you come off to people. I was always told that people naturally attract to me because I'm a highly energetic person. So imagine for me, right, being a highly energetic person and showing great leadership role model, Like, why would people not want to continue to follow me? Like, I guarantee you that if you look at some of your favorite social media people, or like people on social media that are life coaches, or therapists, or business owners, or sports coaches, or life coaches, relationship coaches, there's something special about them that people want to follow them. So why not? Why can it not be you? Why can't you not be somebody special that people want to follow and people want to look up to? Be special. Yes, it might take time, but I promise you won't regret it. Because if you're not going to become special for yourself first, how other people gonna find you special when you don't find yourself special? Will you not give yourself reasons to feel like you are special? So you have to put the work in. You have to do it. In order for people to follow you, you have to be someone worthy of following. You can't just be like out of shape and tell people, oh, you got to follow me. No. Put the work in to get in shape so you can teach other people how to be in shape. If you want to teach people a sport, learn the sport, understand the sport, so you can teach other people the sport. Because how people going to follow you in the sport if you don't even understand the sport yourself? Same thing with cooking. If you want to teach people how to cook, learn how to cook yourself, because you can't tell other people how to cook when you don't even know how to cook yourself. Think about it. Everything I'm saying makes sense. Y'all can't tell me otherwise. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoy it. Stay tuned for many more videos to come. I'm out. Peace.